Part 1. The Illusion of Ease. In the heat of our youth, we often mistake the absence of pain for the presence of God. We walk with an arrogant stride, believing that a blessed life is one that is smooth, linear, and untouched by the jagged edges of the world. We pray for open doors, for light without shadows, and for a heart that never has to break. We treat our trials as interruptions and unwanted intruders that have somehow bypassed the divine guard. But the mature soul, the one that has been seasoned by the winters of life, knows better. You who have lived, who have lost, and who have stood at the graveside of your own dreams, you know that the easy path is often the shallowest. You know that a soul without a scar is a soul that has yet begun to truly live. As the great Rumi whispered across the same trees, the wound is the place where the light enters you. If there is no wound, where will the light go? If there is no crack in the vessel, how can the divine wine pour in? Today, we explore the sacred architecture of suffering through the mystery of the pearl. Part 2. The sacred intrusion. In the silent depths of the ocean, there is a lesson in biology that is, in truth, a lesson in theology. The oyster is a humble creature, content in its stillness, but occasionally a grain of sand sharp, irritating, jagged fragment slips past the shell and enters the soft, vulnerable flesh of the creature. This sand is a sacred intrusion. It is not invited. It causes an agitation that cannot be ignored. The oyster cannot scream. It cannot run. It cannot reach inside and pluck the thorn from its side. It is trapped with its pain. Is this not the condition of the human heart? We find ourselves trapped with a grain of sand. Perhaps it is the memory of a failed marriage, the sting of a child's rebellion, the quiet ache of loneliness, or the slow, creeping realization of our own physical fragility. We cry out to the heavens to remove the sand. We ask, why me? Why this? Why now? But the Sufi masters teach us that the sand is not an accident. It is a summons. Ei, tell us be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond even the pain. Even the sand, especially the sorrow. Part 3. The alchemy of nacre. The oyster does something miraculous. It does not fight the sand, it embraces it. It begins to secrete a substance called neka mother of Purel. Layer by layer, day by day, it wraps its irritation in a coat of shimmering grace. It takes the very thing that was meant to hurt it and uses it as the foundation for its masterpiece. This is the alchemy of faith. In the Sufi tradition, this is the process of the alchemy of happiness. It is the art of turning the lead of our worldly suffering into the gold of spiritual proximity. For the mature believer, faith is not the belief that God will take the sand away. Faith is the commitment to keep secreting nicker, patience, prayer, and surrender until the sand is no longer sharp. Rumi says, your depression is connected to your insolence and refusal to praise. When we stop resisting the trial and start praising through the trial, we begin to form our pearl. We stop asking, how do I get out of this? And start asking, what is being birthed inside of me through this? Part 4. The value of the weight. Why is the pearl so valuable? It is not because of its color or its shape alone. It is because of its history. A diamond is a piece of coal that handled pressure. A pearl is a wound that handled grace. In the spiritual market, the soul's only currency is its capacity to endure with love. When we stand before the divine at the end of our journey, we will not be asked about our bank accounts or our titles. We will be asked, show me your pearl. Show me the parts of your life where you were broken and chose to remain beautiful. Show me the scars you wrapped in my name. A mature soul understands that the weight they carry, their heaviness in the chest that comes with a life fully lived, is actually a stabilizing force. Rumi wrote, "The soul is here for its own joy. A lovable person lives the life of a lover." If you're not a lover, don't count your life as lived. To love is to risk the sand. To live with faith is to accept the friction. The weight of the pearl is what keeps the soul from being blown away by the superficial winds of the world. It gives you gravity. It gives you weight, dignity. Part 5. The Divine Architect. We often feel that our lives are incomplete or broken because of our suffering. We look at our cracks and feel shame. But in the eyes of the architect, the crack is where the design begins. God does not reside in the palaces of the proud. He dwells in the ruins of the humble. If you feel broken today, if the grain of sand feels too sharp to bear, remember that you are currently under the hand of the master craftsman. He is not destroying you. He is polishing you. Rumi reminds us, if you are irritated by every rub, how will your mirror ever be polished? The friction you feel with life, the difficult boss, the failing health, the thinning circle of frenzies, the rub of the divine polisher. It is removing the rust of the ego so that your soul can finally reflect the light of the beloved. Part 6. The final transformation. As we reach the later seasons of our lives, the goal is no longer to be successful in the eyes of men. The goal is to be luminous. The pearl does not exist for the oyster. Once the pearl is complete, the oyster's work is done. The pearl is taken and placed in the crown of a king or on the neck of a queen. Similarly, our suffering is not for us. Our pearls of wisdom are meant to be a legacy for those who come after us. When a mature person speaks from their place of healed brokenness, they speak with an authority that a young person cannot possess. They speak from the Naker, they speak from the spoken soul. Conclusion. The invitation to peace. So, do not look at your trials as a sign of God's absence. Look at them as the highest sign of His attention. You are being pearled. The next time the sand feels sharp, do not curse the ocean. Do not curse the sand. Close your eyes, breathe into the pain, and begin to wrap it in the remembrance of the divine. Remember the promise of divine. With every hardship, there is ease. Not after the hardship, but with it. The ease is the Naker. The ease is the pearl growing inside you right now. Trust the friction, trust the weight, trust the weaver. This is the spoken soul.